Of course, none of what we've covered today is possible if people are not productive and healthy. One thing we have learned for sure is that addressing the scourge of illness and disease around the world requires us to sing in harmony, in true connection. And we must sing loud.
You see, it takes all of us together singing loud to drown out the cacophony of anguish and despair and grief that emanates from a sick population. It takes each of us singing with determination to rewrite the score of history to achieve a coda of serenity and health. And here is that word again, vitality. But make no mistake, like a Charles Wesley hymn on a sunny, brisk Sunday morning, our voices are rising together, rising to create a new reality of hope for all people suffering on this earth.
We, as a body of 12 million, know we have the means, energy, wisdom, and the resources to attack the killer diseases of poverty.
A most vulnerable target is malaria. It's a disease that is preventable and treatable, and one that our brothers and sisters in Africa implored our church to combat. And when our people are hurting, we are hurting, because we are in connection with one another through our United Methodist Church. Though the war is ongoing, we have won many battles. When we began this fight 6 years ago, a child died from malaria every 30 seconds. But while we have been engaged in this fight, and because of the commitment of the United Methodist Church and its partners, we have now cut that death rate in half. Someone still dies every 60 seconds. By no means an all-out victory. No reason to rest on our laurels, but we are gaining ground.
We do this by supporting United Methodist-related universities that are engaging the sharpest minds and scientific principles to fight the disease. We are marching forward by informing and engaging those who have never been, nor likely will be, affected by malaria, and those who combat it every day.
We have allied ourselves with global partners, and we have amassed an army that is taking on malaria through bake sales, sporting events, scouting projects, Sunday offerings, and well, you name it. Today, there are United Methodists out there who are imagining no malaria by imagining an audacious vision for raising funds and applying our abundance towards these needs. And as they envision transforming the world this way, as a disciple of Jesus Christ, they come alive.
Some of you are acquainted with the story of Elizabeth Clymer. We met her back at General Conference 2008, where, as a 13-year-old, she helped to raise nearly $26,000 in our fight against malaria. Our church. What we are doing to combat the disease has inspired her future, and she inspires us. Today, she is a sophomore in college, determined to pursue a career in global health, and is still raising money for our cause. To date, Elizabeth has helped to raise nearly $40,000.
But that's only a percentage of what we are raising. Right now, the United Methodist Church has raised $53 million. We are well on our way to the $75 million goal. Sure, we are blanketing communities with long-lasting, insecticide-treated bed nets. These nets have a beauty to them as they seem to float over children and families so vulnerable during their sleep, but they won't last a lifetime.
What will last a lifetime is the capacity building that our church is undertaking through the establishment, training, and empowerment of United Methodist Health Boards. These are comprised of doctors, community health workers, and educators who are charged with implementing malaria control programs among their people in Africa. By training these boards in effective program planning, financial management, and best practices for monitoring and evaluation, the church is imparting knowledge that will be used in addressing multiple challenges now and in the future.
These are skills that will never go away, and from this bubbles up new leaders within our church. This point cannot be made better than pointing to this story of the work we are doing together in Connection.
You may have a heart to do something, but if you don't have the capacity and the skilled people on the ground running with those with that vision, running with the passion, running with what you are wanting to achieve, it will not come to pass.
My friends, the mosquito and the disease it carries are formidable enemies, and to fight such enemies, you have to have the people, your troops, behind the effort. To date, over 60 annual conferences have engaged in the battle. U.S., European, and African annual conferences. That represents over 7,460,000 United Methodists in our 12 million membership. So, you see, the people of our connection are working together to stamp out the killer diseases of poverty.
We are highlighting the work of Imagine No Malaria, but we don't want to forget the chorus of voices in our denomination addressing HIV and AIDS, drug and alcohol addiction, primary and emergency care, and even obesity within our ranks. Jesus instructed us to bring healing to the sick, and John Wesley preached that health and wholeness were matters of spiritual concern. Reversing the pain and physical suffering is a powerful, tangible method of serving God's witness.
As we heal bodies, we not only ease suffering, we heal souls. We share an authentic relationship with Jesus Christ. We show the world that even in the face of wasting disease, God is good. This is a song worth singing.